Have you ever had this feeling before, like when you need to do something, right? And suddenly you feel very tired out of nowhere. Like just now I have experienced it. Like I told myself that, you know what, I need to write the script for my social media posts for this week. And suddenly I just feel like very tired. Even though I've drank a lot of my green tea, my caffeine fix, but suddenly I just feel very tired, very exhausted. And I was thinking like, what kind of sorcery is this? And then I find out that it's not any sorcery. It's actually our brain playing tricks on us. So I find out that like tiredness is actually our brain's perception of high workload. So when our brain sees anything like, oh, it's a high workload, right? Then it will immediately make us feel very tired. And you might be thinking like, oh, wait a minute, why does our brain make us tired? Shouldn't our brain give us more energy so that we can complete the task instead? But no, that's not our brain's way of thinking. Our brains are thinking about like, wait, this seems like too much of workload and there's a low probability of it succeeding. Let's not waste our energy. Let's make this person tired then. So whenever our brain perceives that, right, this workload is too much and the success rate is very low, so instead of letting us waste the energy to actually go and do it, they may just make us feel low energy, feel tired, so that we won't go and do it instead. This kind of way of thinking, it makes sense if we are still back in our caveman days. So why this kind of way of thinking exists is because like back in caveman days, right, we are living in jungles, in mountains, and if let's say you pass by a mountain in caveman days and then you saw a mountain and you are like, oh, that's a nice mountain, that's interesting, let's climb over there without any purpose that you just wanted to climb there, then your brain will be like, no, 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 what's the point of climbing over the mountain? There is nothing there. In order to prevent us from randomly climbing over to that mountain, right, it makes us tired. It makes us having no energy to climb so that you won't climb and you won't have any risk. It makes sense to think this way in our caveman days, but in current days, our brain still doesn't evolve from that kind of thinking. The thing is that there's a lot of things that we cannot avoid. Like let's say for example, I need to write the script so that I have things to post on my social media this week and I cannot avoid it, but our brain didn't evolve from that. And the solution that always worked for me is to break the goal into a smaller goals instead. So instead of telling myself that I need to write scripts for this week, let's write one script today. Immediately, it's very doable. The success rate is higher and your brain will have less resistance to it and it will give you energy to do it instead of making you feeling tired and lesser energy. So if you are stuck in this kind of situation, maybe break your goals into smaller goals will help you moving on. And whenever you hit that goal, right, it will actually give you the dopamine hits to your brain and it makes your brain feels good. So at the end of the day, your brain will feel like, this is achievable. This is not a waste of energy. Yeah, let's go and do it. And poof, you will feel less tired.